Hey, it's Dr. Steven Judson from Wake Up Humans. We want to talk about goal setting because it's this time of year where people start setting up goals, and unfortunately a lot of things get written that don't happen. So we want to associate our goals with musts. What must happen, right? So a lot of people now this time of year want to lose weight. Why? You got to find your why. Because when we know our why, we'll take massive action to must it, to make it happen. And when it happens, man, you're fired up this time next year when you could check that thing off and say, I did it. So what we want to do is sit down in a space, and it's not a quiet space. I jam some music, I get fired up, I usually have my headphones on, I'll get in state, get myself ready, and I start writing, and I'm associating my must, things that I want to achieve, with what am I looking to achieve, what am I looking to have, what am I looking to give, which is huge, because it's not all about you. You got to give to others. And what do you want to experience? So when you look at this, it could be anything from getting out of debt, build a new house, buy a house on the beach, get a new car, pay off someone else's mortgage for them. Whatever it is, you want to think big and think 10 years out and just write and write and write and write. This thing could take 20 minutes to do. If you feel like you're running out of time or you're just blanking out, stand up, move around, get back in state, jam up that music, and sit down and write more. Go nuts with it. And then you'll know when you're done. And when you're done, you sit down and you start thinking, what's going to give me absolute pleasure and what may be painful through this thing? Because we want to achieve the pleasure. We always want to avoid pain, but sometimes to achieve what you want, your must, it's going to be a little painful sometimes, and that's okay. So what we want to do is now number these things 1, 3, or 5, okay? And this is something that I just did at Date and Destiny with Tony Robbins. It's great because you go through the list and you start reading it, and there's things that must happen now because some other, the bigger visions aren't going to happen until I start with step number 1, and I put number 1 over it. 3, 5, which is something that's huge that maybe could wait 5 years. But the ones, you start listing the 1s and the 3s. And once you've completed this part of the exercise, you take your 1s and you make a list and you check the top 4 that must happen this year. A lot of the other things really can't happen unless one of the other ones it does. These are your musts. Pick 4 musts. You pull those musts out of it. Put them in order on what you think and feel needs to happen now. What you need to work on. And you start creating action steps and put dates on when you want to achieve it. Okay, so if you want to lose 5 pounds, how long is it going to take you? What's your goal? And then what are you going to do with it? And what action steps are you going to do to achieve that? And that may be hiring a trainer or calling someone or a financial advisor or someone who's already achieved it in their life, and you just need to make a phone call and say, how do I achieve this? What do I need to do? Okay? So the top 4 really narrows it down and gives you a laser focus must on what you must have happen for you. And you want to go crazy with this and enjoy it. Get friends doing this. Work with friends on this. Share visions because they may have something they're thinking about that you're not even thinking about. And write on your wall that successful people do what failures won't. So if your circle of friends are telling you can't or that can't happen, then you're going to get the same results as them. Hang out with people that are making their musts happen because you're not a freaking failure. Love and appreciate you. Share this with friends. God bless you. We'll check in with you later.